Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. We're getting our Final Fantasy XIV stream going today. So how are you doing? I hope everything's going okay for you. If you want to let us know down in the comments, please do so. What if you prefer just to lurk and enjoy the atmosphere and the stream and the game with us together? That's fine too. We're just happy to have you here with us. So let's see, let's get back to our game here. We left off in Ultima Thule, that world of darkness that we flew to last time. Hey, good morning, legend. And let's see, we had to gather some information in Riatara, it looks like. Talking to here. Oh, Nosk. Beyond that distant veil, paradise lost, so glorious, so beautiful. We were a proud and noble race, strength embodied. We knew only love before they came. Metal monstrosities of black and silver, no bonds of blood did they share, nor conviction did they have to guide them. Yeah, I got my morning tea here. A crushing defeat. Never had we known such shame. Stilled now are the winds, though none could fill these wings burdened by ignominy. We fly no more, only sink into oblivion. A visitor, not of this star. Could thy slender hands bring plague to our world? Thy breath extinguish life's feeble flame? Oh, how we would adore thee, alas. With time our flesh shall wither, our souls fade, and so we wait for its inexorable march unto oblivion. If thou art not come to hasten our demise, I bid thee leave us. We crave not companionship, only silence. There's like so much despair. Thou wouldst bid me speak? Huh, folly. I observe the lesson of stone. I shall not fly, nor speak, nor roar, only watch and wait, and end. But one sight yet stirreth my blood, tempteth me to raise my voice in lamentation. Knoll, the cradle of unsung dragons. No words, no songs are possessed of the weight to describe such tragedy. Go, if that be thy will. I shall remain. So, we will head off and search for the source of the dragon's woes in Knoll. No ether currents nearby yet, right? Yeah. Not yet. They led you here as well, did they? It was described to me as the source of their woes and proof of their end. I think I'm beginning to see why. It's a hatching ground, or was. I've seen similar on Aetheris. Midgardsormr's kind must once have lived and thrived in a place such as this. Britra said his father was driven from their ancestral home by war and strife. This, then, is the fate of those who remained. Let's have a look around. Maybe these eggs have more to tell of what happened here. Gingerly lifting a large egg from the viscous mire, you peer inside and see a formless mass soaking in a pool of embryonic fluid. Your stomach turns as you return the egg to its resting place. Yuck. Ugh. Inside the shattered egg, you find the remains of an unborn dragon. The body has already begun to decompose. Ugh. The gelatinous, half-dried membrane covering the corpse suggests it failed to emerge. Eek. A murky liquid has pooled inside the eggshell. The noxious fetor is indicative of contamination. Yuck. This egg appears to have been broken from the inside out. Perhaps the dragonette within succeeded in hatching. What's this? I thought all the eggs had been ruined. If the dragonette was indeed hatched, there is no sign of it here, or its sire for that matter. We should look for them. You start with the cliff tops and I'll search the plains. Sounds like a plan. Let's go looking. There, I see something. It's a big glowy purple encounter circle. The boisterous howling hath been quieted by thy hand, I presume. Everything all right? I thought I heard a dragon or something resembling one. Ah, I see what's happened here. Was that your child? Perhaps. Some eggs within Omnol are indeed mine. If life within one did quicken, the beast thou hast slain may be of my blood. Yet I do not recognize it, twisted and malformed as it is. Not a dragon in truth, but a reminder of our failure, a testament to our shame. Explain. They descended from the heavens, cold, heartless machines. and with them rode war and death. With fire and fury, rage and rancor, we gave answer. It was a long and bloody battle, but only the beginning. Untold chaos and destruction swept over the star. In the end, the invaders were victorious. Yet when they looked upon their prize, they deemed it unfit for requisition. We were abandoned to our ruin. The survivors sought to put away their shame, to rebuild, a futile effort. In purest soil replete with ether did we once cultivate our nesting grounds, but our lands were barren, and any eggs nurtured in such desolation were fated to rot. What few survive to hatch emerge as abominations. We shall have no new progeny. But there are dragons among you capable of journeying to other stars. That there are. Many would make the attempt, each bearing a clutch of eggs. The richest stars were home to the harshest rulers, and the arrival of dragons incited contests of supremacy. When the fires faded, the wars lost and won, they too were reduced to ash and waste. Is the curse of those who seek life, to be drawn into conflict, to conquer or be conquered. A vicious cycle we now choose to break. We tire of conflict, of everything. We wait now in sweet, merciful silence, free from strife and suffering, still as stone. Wait! You claim your kind is doomed, but there is another star. They want only to brood in silence, to be left alone with their grief until time itself comes to an end. The sole reward for senseless bloodshed, a pain I understand and wish that I did not. What fools we were. But now isn't the time for such thoughts. The others will want to hear what we've learned. Come. I think I'm going to go back to Charlene real quick, see if we've unlocked the next level of hunts here. Possibly. Yeah, it looks like we have. We'll grab those too so we can be knocking out anything we run across here. A hunt for the ages. It is good to see you, Anne. I'm not sure if you're aware, but the scholarly world has been in an uproar since the Forum announced their plans for the mass exodus. To think that we may well step foot on the very moon. We expected that once word got out, we might receive more requests for lunar samples than was previously considered acceptable. What we did not expect was the veritable deluge of absurdity unleashed upon us. We've designated the most mind-boggling requests senior bills. At this point, any assistance you can provide would be more than welcome. Galakshai is in the midst of organizing the latest offerings. Why don't you speak with her to get a better idea of what to expect? I heard your conversation. These ears aren't just for show. As for what plagues me at the moment, here we are. Basildir, both emblematic of our woes with senior bills and direct source of many. Basildair is a highly esteemed scholar of mythological studies. He has a pet theory that the creatures described in myths can be traced to those that once existed in ancient times. Simply put, he requests samples from ancient organisms, organisms which I need not remind you no longer exist. The audacity. Are we meant to travel through time for him? And there you have it. Take a look at the guild ship hunt board, and if there's anything, and I mean anything at all, that you think you can handle, please do. You're our only hope. Oh, and we can also pick up our elites, I guess. To think that you, Anne, have traveled to the very edge of creation, there to confront Thaliak knows what, yet you still seek the strangeness of our hunt bills. You truly are one of a kind. Some would call you brave, some reckless, but my guess is that you simply do what needs to be done. In any case, we certainly have a few hunts that call for cavalier heroics, and you're welcome to try them. Frankly, I can't believe I didn't think to offer them to you sooner. You'll recognize the term elite marks, I'm sure. As ever, ours tend toward the bizarre, but don't take my word for it. Ask Jalakshi, whatever. This has become quite the pattern, eh? One would almost think Northada prefers to leave all of the explaining to me. A conversation for another time, perhaps. You want to know more about the elite marks, yes? You are the gleaner extraordinaire who made their way to the very summit of the heavens, are you not? My word, all of our most tiresome, that is to say, look how many of our esteemed clients have gathered here at once. Yes, and what of it? Considering the importance of my work and the snail's pace at which you are fulfilling my request, it should come as no surprise that I have come to personally insist that they are handled with the utmost urgency. Now, in order to completely validate my theories and protect them from any further impugnations, I have need of your talents. I require more samples to prove that the moon, and indeed the stars beyond, are teeming with life. Wait just a moment. My research as comparative mythology is on the verge of changing our understanding of life as we know it. Indeed, samples of ancient organisms have never been of greater necessity. What nonsense. Surely the requests made by various departments of the studium come first. Our pupils are the lifeblood and future of Sharlayan, and we must needs provide them with hands-on instruction in the classification of specimens from both Thavnair and Garlemald. Pardon me, but we researchers are also in great need of your services. We have a mountain of requests relating to Labyrinthus's fiercer specimens in the queue. Labyrinthus? Surely you jest. We have a talented individual here capable of exploring environs unlike any known to man, and you would have her go to Labyrinthus? I will not stand for it, not when myriad discoveries await in the field of xenobiology. Yeah, popcorn. We like popcorn. Enough! Can't you lot see the bind you're putting Anne in? She will decide for herself what to prioritize, thank you very much. Rest assured that each and every one of your requests have been accounted for. Now, off you go. Shoo! Shoo! I do apologize for my colleague's behavior. Should you be interested in learning more about our requests, pray find us in the Aetheryte Plaza. Evans, I'm sure they mean well, after a fashion, but I would consider it a personal favor if they learned to be a bit less demanding, or perhaps more than a bit. Any road, they will doubtless find it in themselves to behave if it means they'll get their precious samples. If you are keen to learn more about our elite marks, don't hesitate to make use of them. For our part, we're counting on you, so best of luck out there, Anne. Yep, just leave it to me. Alright, let's pick up those. We'll pick up the senior and the elite. What's the elite here? Oh, it's a big tree over in Elpis, I guess. Alright. Anyways, back to Ultima Thule to continue our story there. Alright, Alphino. Were you able to establish any meaningful contact with the dragons? Well... I see. They wish to escape what they perceive to be a cycle of conflict. Thank you, Anne, Estinian. As for our part, I believe we are more acutely aware of our confines than before. We started by traversing the perimeter of the island to see if there might be a path leading off of it. Sadly, there was nothing to be found. There's no small amount of debris floating about. Could there be enough to serve as a bridge to lead us elsewhere? I considered that, and so I tried throwing a stone onto a potential platform to judge its integrity. But it never reached its mark. As it crossed an invisible threshold just beyond the boundaries of this island, it vanished, only to reappear above me and fall at my feet. I would not be too quick to presume that what we see outside this space is as it appears. Which is why I returned to the Ragnarok and asked the Loporrits to search for a potential path. However, the ship's instruments failed to provide conclusive data on the surrounding area. Until we know more, I think it too risky to attempt flying to another island. What Median told us before, that emotions dictate reality here, might be the key, but I'm not entirely sure what emotion might manifest a bridge to lead us to safety. So, what you're saying is, we've no way forward. At present, aye. If it is indeed emotion that governs this island, perhaps it is not Medians, but the dragons that holds us here. They tire of conflict and have chosen a path of oblivion to escape it. Or rather, they have chosen no path at all, meaning there is no way for the dragons or anyone here on this island to advance. A sound theory, disheartening though it may be. If that is the case, what recourse do we have? They are not like to be persuaded to help us. Their reasoning is built on a history of turmoil and strife. Without irrefutable proof, the future is not as bleak as they believe it to be. Mayhap persuasion is not the answer. Medion meant to unmake us then and there on the Ragnarok, and she would have succeeded if not for Thancred's determination. She conceded it was strong enough to overpower the despair that otherwise rules Ultima Thule and reshape it to a degree. Perhaps it can be done again in like manner by overpowering the prevailing emotions. Was Ultima Thule's architect Medion herself, against whom Thancred did pit himself in a clash of wills. Though I marked no leader among them as such, I did chance to encounter a dragon possessed of despair far more potent than most, potent enough mayhap to dictate the course for others, and thus their domain to follow. He spoke but few words carefully chosen, their tone and timbre alone threatening to rend my heart in twain. Challenging his desire to remain may allow us to alter the island upon which we stand. Alas, I fear my vaunted rhetoric availed me not against his calcifying heart, but mayhap one of you will fare better. Then I shall guide thee. Al-End, they call him, in the dragon tongue. Thou wilt find him nearby, eyes fixed upon the water. And I think we see him. Well, what have we to lose? Let's get going. Not that one. Let's see, how are we going there? This way. There we go. So not the nearby one that was looking at the water. Looking at this water, I guess.
He remaineth as he was when I first approached, entombed in melancholy.
I see. Perhaps I could...
I'll handle this.
So, waiting to die like all the others, are you?
Aye, our pride is crushed and our souls corrupted. The winds are stilled and the heavens offer no comfort. There is nothing left for our kind. Our long lives a curse as we await the end. Still as stone we shall become.
So you say. Yet your kind has found a new beginning on our star. One of you braved the expanse, bearing with him a clutch of eggs. They and their children now rule our skies, their song heard by all.
Our kin? On another star? And yet, on thee do I smell the blood of my brethren. Were they drawn into discord and war on their new home?
They were. They suffered much, and repaid their suffering in kind.
It mattereth not whither we fly. Ever will a sanguine ocean await us. Ever will retribution's wheel turn. And so, on the last of my pride as a dragon, I break free of this wheel. I renounce conflict, exile myself from the other, never again to be touched by the flames of hatred.
Had your brethren made the selfsame choice, my family might still be alive. Yet lasting peace does not come to those who simply retreat from conflict. No, you must be willing to confront it, to stare into the face of your foe, and see yourself in him. Only then can you break the cycle of torment and tragedy. This lesson, a dear friend taught me at the risk of his life. There is no nobility in your penance. You wallow in self-pity. And after everything we've endured, we will not let you stop us.
Estinian!
Stay back!
We tire of war. We tire of turmoil. Dignity tarnished. Crimson stained. Our misery. Our shame. Too much to bear. Release us from war, from life.
I see. This is the emotion that bars our way. The rest is up to you.
No! Not Estinian too!
There's a wind. He's opened the way for us. Sacrificed himself to remake this place, like Thancred did.
Oh, Alphino.
Come. Let us follow the wind. It will not lead us astray. He would not.
Agreed. Look there! The wind! This is Estinian's doing, I'm sure of it. We should ride its flow and see where it leads. Alright, well let's do it then. Ooh, nice. A powerful gale has delivered you to another island. The other scions should arrive before long. He did it. He found a way forward for us. Oh, that's a nice view. The dragons remain trapped within a prison of their own making, lamenting the horrors of war. Yet Estinian knew them better than most. He was a man of honor and a dear friend, willing to fight to the very end for what he believed was right. And he's still fighting Alphino, just like Thancred. Their sacrifices are why we can survive here, why we still have a chance to stop her. Even in spirit, they're unwilling to give in to despair, and we mustn't either. Alice is right. We must press on, for their sake. As Ishtola and Alice said, we must continue. Excuse me. Notice the change in our surroundings? Perhaps this is the memory of an altogether different world. It would be prudent to learn more of it then. Tread carefully lest we lose our footing in this sand. Where is it? Should be somewhere nearby here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Here we go. Our first ether current here on Ultima Thule. Awesome. Pretty close. Let's see, 115 southeast. Oh, is that up here, I think? That's fine. You gonna follow me up the tower here? And if you want, all right. And let's see from here, how far away we got. Yeah, that one's not quite so close. Let's go back and continue. Let's see, any good place I can jump down fairly safely? Maybe here. Or were it not for the violet crystal embedded in its surface, 'twould appear as ordinary stone. A curious script hath been etched upon them. Alas, it is not a language with which I am familiar. I cannot say I recognize it either. Nor I. The dragons, from what I recall, preserve their knowledge in song and eschew the written word entirely, so we may assume this is the work of another race, one we have yet to encounter. Medion claimed the dragon's world suffered a slow death, seeking the release of oblivion. What life we find here, like as not, doth wend its way towards a similar end. What do you suppose that is over there? I'm not sure. It's hard to make out at this distance, but its surface seems to bear the same crystals as this monument. Meaning there's a chance we may find whoever built them both. We should go and have a look. Come on. Hello, ghostly figure. Hail, travelers. This is a most unexpected occurrence. Oh, hello there. Is this your home? Indeed it is. Ah, forgive me, I had forgotten. An exchange of introductions is expected when first meeting those with whom one is unacquainted. When the vibration of vocal folds was still required to convey our thoughts and intention, Ea, I believe, was the pronunciation used when referring to our people. Though it is not entirely applicable given our present state, you are welcome to use this appellation. As for nomenclature to address my individual person, I believe it would be pronounced Kofkud. Kofkuj. Who knows? Or Kofkuj. Yes, Kofkuj of the Ea. We have encountered beings that communicate intermittently through thought, but never one that is wholly without voice. I presume we are having this conversation via the medium of ether, or dynamis, as this space is suffused with vast quantities of it. Fascinating in either case. I gather your response to my presence is positive then. That is well, for there is something I wish to ask of you. Like yourselves, we Ea are ether-based life forms. Therefore, it may be surmised that your bodies are of comparable biological composition to those we once possessed. I have a number of queries regarding your subjective perception of the five senses: sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. In total, I have prepared 198,712,180,827. Oh my God. That's rather a lot, isn't it? My apologies. I have omitted a great many details necessary to understand the nature of my request. Though we dispensed with our corporeal vessels long ago, we have rediscovered a need for the flesh and have endeavored to recreate our erstwhile forms. However, all pertinent records have been lost due to the passage of time. Take, for example, the nervous system. It is well within our powers to recreate, but we have no frame of reference for sensations once experienced by our people, which may compromise our ability to interact with our physical environment. And the reason you need to regain your corporeal forms? Why, to bring an end to our existence, of course. Say what? Though need is perhaps too strong a word. It would be a simple matter to unmake ourselves through use of etheric exsanguinators, but such a death seems inadequate. The traditionalists among us believe proper death requires an inescapable sense of impermanence in one's final moments, an experience found only with bodies of flesh. We should very much like to hear more of your plans. In exchange, we will answer any questions you have to the best of our ability. Such an exchange of information would indeed prove useful. Very well. To ensure efficacious exchange, I hereby invite you to our home. Yes, the abode of the Ea, where we traditionalists prepare for our demise. I presume your consent to answer questions is indicative of a tacit approval of our plans, in which case your cooperation is greatly appreciated. I must caution you, however, to be mindful of the Ea wandering the desert. Their desire for bodies of flesh could be described as overzealous. Now, if you would follow me. This is going rather smoothly. Not that I'm complaining, mind. Even so, we mustn't forget their aim is oblivion, much like the dragons. Though I fail to see why a civilization so seemingly advanced would choose to unmake all they have created. At any rate, we will find no answers dallying here. Let us be on our way. Okay, so let us be on our way then. Yeah, I won't go after that one yet. Where are we gonna go here? There's probably another up this way somewhere. I have a sneaky suspicion we'll go to the northwest again here after a while. From here, what do we got? Yeah, something due north here. Alright, Kafkuj. Welcome to our abode. Most of our compeers, you will find, remain idle in their domiciles, though your quizzical expressions indicate my phrasing is unclear. I speak, of course, of the violet crystalline constructs hanging from the stone structures there. You say they remain idle, but what of your work to regain corporeal bodies? An astute question, and understandable given your finite nature. We have no desire to pursue our research, for it is no longer necessary. If in our idleness we are struck by sudden inspiration, we rise to pursue said inspiration to its conclusion. That is why I was present for your arrival, and why I continue to engage with you still. But while the others are not currently in a motile state, rest assured they would not object were you to disturb their respite. You need only cast your thoughts towards one of their crystalline domiciles to communicate. Okay. Well, let's start casting then. You cast your thoughts towards the crystalline domicile, but there is no response. Aww. Hello? You wish to speak? Very well, pray. A moment, if you would. I better attune to this while I'm here, too. Why we seek our end, you ask? If you wish to know, I will tell you. Just a moment, I must remember. What form did I take when last I emerged? The strange moaning comes and goes, but soon fades into silence. Huh. And where is the next one there? 215 Northwest. I'm gonna go grab that one. Ah, yeah, attack chicken. Welcome, welcome. Yep, we're in Depression City here. They're all wanting to just fade away into oblivion. And we'll hold off on that one for now. Whoops. I could go swimming or fishing here, I guess. Alright, I talked to him, or tried to talk to him, Kafkuj. Did your inquiries yield satisfactory responses? I see. If they failed to answer, then it is likely because their minds have unraveled due to prolonged idleness. They are not but concentrated ether now. Worry not. There are no others who have need of those lodgings, and they will not prove a hindrance to remain as they are. But more importantly, you said some few did answer your request for an audience, yes? I imagine they will be with us ere long. Oh, I had no luck, but everyone else fared well enough. Quite a few AI have awakened. Ah, there they are. May I introduce to you Lalak, Dudik, and Naneej. I don't know. It has been too long, Kafkuj. I dare say Saturn IV has since completed an orbit. Indeed, until the travelers brought it to my attention, I hadn't noticed how unraveled some had become. Travelers? Ah, of course, of course. The ones who wish to know why we seek to regain corporeal forms. The truth of the matter is as plain to see as the neighboring systems, but my single account would fail to satisfy the requirement for scientific objectivity. Thus did I bid them awaken you. Am I the only one who struggles to tell who is speaking? Nay, thou art not. In the absence of corporeal forms and the divergence they afford, mayhap such similarity in voice is unavoidable. By the way, Kafkuj, have you already observed the requisite custom for the travelers? That which one is expected to do when receiving guests, a matter of proper form. Ah, yes. So long has it been, it had completely escaped my mind, and still does. What was it again? I can't seem to remember. Neither do I. Pity. I was hoping you would. Perhaps we can search the archives for the answer. Come now, nay, Neej. The archives have long been frozen lest we subject ourselves to further dolor. Surely you recall that much. Ah, of course. Food. The custom is to serve food. Beings of flesh such as they must regularly replenish their ether. By contributing to their replenishment, we communicate our friendly intention. That's right, that's right. We duly invite you to join us in communal repast, after which we may engage in leisurely conversation. If we have a chance to learn something, then I see no reason to decline. Excellent. If you would care to follow, we shall feast you on the purest ether. All right, let's eat. This facility is where we replenish our ether. There is no particular name for it, but we traditionalists sometimes use the word restaurant. Now then, if you would take your place with your comrades, the space will soon be awash with the purest ether. Please absorb as much as you like. Waiting, waiting, and more waiting. You brace yourself for a rush of sweet, sweet ether, but nothing seems to happen. Perhaps you need to wait a little longer. Yeah, it's still cooking, I think. Oh, and I need some water too. Thank you for the hydrate. Sweet, sweet ether. Yeah, something in that command caused my camera to go to default. I must have a hotkey setting somewhere that's triggering some things. You brace yourself again, but again, nothing seems to happen. Just as I had suspected. As meticulously as one might recreate the Aea's homeworld, this is Ultima Thule. One cannot simply generate ether here. As recreations, our friends are oblivious to this fact, to the very truth of their existence, much like the phantoms of the recreated Amarot. However appearances may seem, we must ever be mindful that it is the memories of the dead with whom we deal. Interesting. So, did you have your fill of ether? Alas, we couldn't absorb it. A deficiency in our forms, it would seem. Oh, how very unfortunate. May I ask how you normally replenish your ether? We chow down on stuff. Through your mouths, you say? How very primitive and quaint. To think that their mouths serve not only to expel sound, but draw in sustenance besides, such life forms have long since vanished from our systems. Though we regrettably could not partake of your magnificent feast, rest assured we feel your welcome most keenly. In the course of acquainting ourselves with your sophisticated ways, however, we could not fail but wonder, wherefore do you wish to obtain vessels of flesh, and thence to vanish? Will you not favor us with an explanation? Your flesh and blood beings are always so hasty. It does have its charm, however. Very well, we shall indulge you. In the beginning, when the AI yet possessed corporeal bodies, our ancestors dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge and technological advancement. By transcending all limitations, we believed we would eliminate sorrow and abide in true happiness. From the tangible, such as land, to the intangible, such as labor, there exist myriad hindrances to progress, but the most confining of all was the flesh itself. Our natural lifespan was distressingly middling, you see, too short to enjoy unhurried lives, yet too long to be considered disposable. Furthermore, to simply maintain the integrity of our bodies demanded considerable resources. But we managed to solve this problem. After long years, we discovered how to become non-corporeal entities with everlasting lives, untroubled by the failures of the flesh. Thus changed, we had more time and freedom to continue our scientific pursuits. We went on to make ever greater strides in our quest to transcend all limitations, until we finally decided to challenge the last of them all, the limit of knowledge. That is to say, deciphering the laws of creation. Wow. We sought to discover how the universe came into being and explain all extant phenomena, and thence predict the future. If we could but achieve this, we believed that we would be free from uncertainty and anxiety. And did you find the answers you sought? Yes, we did. Our efforts revealed to us a fundamental truth. Knowledge of said truth is essential for the continuation of our conversation. If you would learn more, we will share it with you. No, we mustn't. Primitive as they are, it would be unspeakably cruel to deprive them of their ignorance. They are possessed of corporeal forms, their lives readily ended. As those who have gone before, is it not our duty to warn them? What thinkest thou? We have deliberated and come to a consensus. If you are resolved to know it, we will disclose to you the truth we discovered, the truth of the universe. Seek us at the stone pillars just outside the bounds of the abode, a place called Elegia. A fundamental truth. We will hear it, of course. Let us learn what has led such an enlightened people to this indolent end. Ere we join the Ea, there is one trifling matter I would fain investigate. And, Grahatia, might I trouble you for your assistance? But of course. My thanks. We shall head outside the abode if you would kindly follow me. I know not what mischief you are plotting, Urianger, but I trust you have our best interests at heart. The rest of us shall go on ahead to Elegia. Lest you worry, we won't start without you. Alright, now we head over this way. Now we head over here. Go ahead and nav this one to the northwest. Yep, there we go. Now when we continue the story the other direction, we'll hit that one. Aye, this place shall serve. Is it the spring that you wish to investigate? Pray, forgive me, my friends, but there is naught to investigate. 'Twas but a pretense to speak in private. You have our undivided attention. As we have established here in Ultima Thule, those denizens of ruined stars are recreated in their twilight days. Yet one question doth arise in my mind. So faithfully formed are the simulacra, they believe themselves yet amongst the living. How dost thou suppose this is possible? Well, I couldn't begin to guess. Wait, what if Medion visited the dragons in the Ea while they still lived? If so, she could have made their emotions her own, and with them create more faithful simulacra than had she relied on any historical account. So too did I theorize, and upon that assumption, consider how those two races may have met their demise. According to thine own tale, Medion perceiveth the emotions of those nearby as her own, a heightened sense of empathy intrinsic to her nature as an entelechy. In the course of her starfaring journey, if she encountered beings who strongly desired a cessation of their existence, she would be powerless before that desire. even as she possesseth the power to grant it, the power of dynamis. 'Tis my supposition that, overwhelmed by their longing for death, Median did unleash dynamis and ushered the dragons in the Ea unto their doom. Of course, such was not always the outcome. Full many stars did she find already lost to ruin. In order to create a terminus, however, the fervent desire for the end is essential. Therefore, should you struggle to find the way forward, pray, ask yourselves this: in the place where you stand, whose is the soul that yearneth most desperately for oblivion? Why do you tell us this now? Ne'er again would I betray your trust. This pledge I did make to my comrades. In bringing thee into my confidence, I would remain true to my word. As for thee, let us consider it my fitting reward for the secrets I harbored for the Crystal Exarch. I once placed my faith in thy chosen path, walking at thy side, full knowing that we were bound for thy demise. I ask now that thou returnest the favor, and abide in faith as I fulfill mine own destiny. If you say my debt has come due, how am I to refuse? 'Tis indelicate of me, I know full well, and I can but beg thy forgiveness. Yet, even if I must needs go to such lengths, I cannot well feign ignorance of the answer I have found within. The answer to the question, in what moment might I stand strongest? After all that we've been through, I will say only this. Do what you must. Do what you must and see your conviction through. I shall, my friend. I shall. Without further ado, then, let us go to join our comrades. Let us be off to Elegia. It seems everyone is accounted for. Shall we then?
Please continue. Tell us about this truth you discovered.
Very well. Bear in mind, however, that the purpose of this conversation is not to impart scholarly knowledge, for such requires that you comprehend the subject matter, which you will not. We will forego the intricacies of our scientific methodology and deal only with the conclusion, the end of our society and our world. We acknowledge, with regret, that your star is in the midst of the same panic-induced cataclysm that befell Deneb 3. As such, In order to avoid causing undue distress, we will refrain from explicitly stating how much time you have remaining.
You are entirely too kind. I pray you recount your tale as you see fit.
In the beginning, the universe was but a tiny particle. Then suddenly, this particle began to expand. Having remained entirely in the bounds of your star, the phenomenon may be difficult for your kind to grasp. But this expansion has since continued unabated. Speculating that the universe could not grow indefinitely, we sought to learn what might occur, and made a worrying discovery. The stars will continue to spread apart, as will their finite thermal energies. Eventually, all heavenly bodies will grow cold and freeze. No new stars will be born, and the universe will enter into an eternal ice age. In hopes of proving that this determination was erroneous, we scrutinized our research from all angles, even as we sought to avert the everlasting winter. The endeavor proved fruitless. So infamously so, in fact, that it became synonymous with vain effort. The universe as we know it would end, and there is no way to prevent it. Beneath the weight of this knowledge, our society stagnated. Though we had time still, it was a cold comfort. Why strive for anything when desolation is assured? When our wealth of wisdom, accumulated since the dawning of our kind, would be forever lost. No civilization would rise from our ashes. No scholar recover our knowledge. In silence unbroken, naught would stir. Intellect was once our pride. Overnight, it became our shame. Our works, monuments to futility. Immortality, our greatest invention, became a source of suffering. Rather than suffer on, many chose to unmake themselves by means of etheric exsanguinators. Etched upon these stones are the testaments of such souls, though many left no words at all, thinking it a pointless gesture. Once we have obtained vessels of flesh, we likewise intend to vanish. If you understand this, understand aught of our tale, you will abandon your quest for knowledge. Ignorance truly is bliss. If you would cling to your illusory happiness, remain primitive and pure. It is the only way.
So that's your story. While I appreciate your advice, I will not heed it. Convinced though you may be of this truth, it is yours and not mine. Indeed, truth, I have ever believed, is in the eye of the beholder.
Are you suggesting that we have reached a faulty conclusion? That our science failed us?
Hardly. As you yourself said, the subject matter is beyond my comprehension. And that, I accept, is true. I do not possess the knowledge to prove or disprove your conclusion. In my mortal years, I doubt I could even approach the wisdom of the air. But of one thing am I absolutely certain. I would not be happier in ignorance.
Y'shtola, no! You mustn't!
The most important lesson I've learned is that learning isn't simply passing one's eyes over words. Nay, 'tis when understood for oneself that knowledge attains its true value. This is what has sustained me, driven me onward in joy and wonder, in anger and sorrow. The universe may end, and all may be for naught, but I will live as I always have. I will always seek out new knowledge, and no conclusion of yours, no matter how grim, can dampen my desire.
I suppose it is only to be expected. Their feeble minds cannot fathom the terrifying gravity of it all. But worry not. We consider it our duty to enlighten you, and we will not stop until you grasp the full extent of our despair.
Calm, and listen well. Though my body will soon dissipate, there may be a way to restore it. Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't, for it would mean losing our way forward. This I only reveal so that you can promise not to invoke the magic. We came here knowing what victory may cost, so press on. Press on, and do not look back.
I shall join thee. As subterfuge is not required, thou shalt not suffer for mine absence.
Urianger.
My resolve hath never been as strong as thine. Full oft have I wavered in my decisions, and afterwards been stricken with regret. In spite of this, I may still stand with my comrades, supporting them as they attempt the greatest of feats. This truth I have learned in the course of our journey. And many though my shortcomings may be, I may also claim to excel in prophecies. My studies, into which have granted me the flexibility of mind needed to bend this malleable reality. Thus shall I hope that thou mayest have the strength to resist, and our comrades the strength to continue.
With you to urge us on, how could we possibly fail?
What's this? An extinguished civilization? Rekindled?
That's right. Our quest doesn't end here. We'll press on, and we will find you.
There. That's where you'll find me.
Is that another star?
Of the stars we visited, most were already devoid of life. And where there was life still, the inhabitants wished for death. But even death, we learned, isn't truly the end. It is but a part of the cycle of rebirth. Souls return to the star, or in its absence, a larger flow. And eventually they are reborn, alive again, to know suffering anew. True salvation lies not in dying. It lies in not being born. This is the gift I would give to you, to all life on beautiful Aetheris. To that end, we created an egg wherein life cannot quicken. That dead sun. Attain it if you can, before your friend's emotions fade away, along with their protection.
Yeah, we shall see. Is it the twins' turn? There we go. We've got 2 ether current quests we can do now. We'll go ahead and start this one here first. Main story. Are you all ready to continue on? Then let us make for where that light shone. Y'shtola and Urianger have opened the way for us. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll hit that one, I guess, when we come back. Let's go find these guys. Oh, thinking AI. Ooh, some colors. How fortunate that you are here, corporeal being, for we are in need of your assistance. I am sure you saw some of my kind drifting about the untamed wilds just over there. As I understand, they are binding their spirits together as one in hopes of diluting their consciousness and thereby erasing their sorrows. Unfortunately, the resulting amalgam doubtless longs for more minds to incorporate, and if other AI approach it, we may be drawn into the growing mass against our will. Your corporeal form seems to outweigh your mental capacity, so you should be safe, however. Oh, that kind of a backhanded comment, I guess? Please destroy the collective consciousness before it kills us all. Or backhanded compliment, I guess. Your ready acceptance gladdens me. I believe that if you lay waste to 2 wandering souls, the amalgam will appear. Do be aware that while your mind is safe, it may present other dangers should it realize what you are attempting. Hello, no nuke. Pardon me, traveler. I lack the sense of time as perceived by those of finite lifespans, but might you be able to spare a moment to speak with some of my fellow Ea? It is rare to find one so unmarred by the scars of deepest wisdom. Your appearance and perceptions as an outsider differ so much from our own that I wonder if a degree of interaction might prove stimulating for both parties. Much obliged. I shall mark their location on your map. They tend to spend considerable time frequenting their usual haunts. Alrighty then. Let's see. Let's start by heading off this way, I guess. That's convenient. Get the old bird out here. There you are. Destroyed. God, that like nuked him. What a curious being you are. Have my peers discovered how to regain their corporeal forms while I remained lost in thought? No, of course not. Come to think of it, I wonder if we ever possessed the peculiar form that you do now. Oh dear, I fear this always happens when I delve too deep into such ruminations. The very moment I attempt to regain clarity, it triggers this most unpleasant reaction. If my fellow Ea have not found a way for us to reacquire our corporeality, perhaps it falls to me to meditate further upon the matter. In any event, pray, leave me to my cogitations. Alright, well, you go ahead and cogitate. How curious. An unfamiliar corporeal life form calls out to me as I wait in vain for the inevitable coming of the end. This is indeed the chance of a lifetime, mayhap of many lifetimes. And so I pose to you this question. Tell me, traveler, what is the true nature of life in the universe? 42. Why, precisely! That is the very conclusion I arrived at myself. How heartening and surprising, I dare say, to meet one as enlightened as myself. That's right, we are enlightened. "42 is the only Zen answer anyways. Huh? Oh, you must be that perverser from beyond who has been causing quite the stir around our abode. What a stroke of luck. In fact, I had been hoping I might have the opportunity to exchange thoughts with you and your companions. For you see, I have for too long whiled away my days in listless banality, drifting waywardly as my mental faculties dulled and slowed. I so longed to strike up a stimulating conversation with the traveler, yet for so long none would pay me a visit. That said, I never imagined you would have such a strange physical form. Pray tell, how do you keep your balance? What keeps your innards from spilling out through one of the multiple orifices of your body? Oh, but pardon me. Truly, I meant no offense. Clearly, life in your world found this shape to be suitable, perhaps even necessary, for your survival. Perhaps our own original form was equally horrifying. I see you made quick work of the amalgam. Of course, it is well within each Ao's rights to choose when they wish to end their own existence, but to force others to join them, however accidentally, is another matter. This whole ordeal has led me to contemplate how I should meet my own demise. But forgive me. I forgot such matters are not left to choice for your kind. Truthfully, I envy you. To go forth each day full of vigor, not knowing when your lives will be unexpectedly snuffed out. It must feel incredible. My apologies if I have made you uncomfortable. I am unused to speaking with mortals. Be assured that I appreciate your help, and you have given me much to think about regarding death, or perhaps life. I don't know, doesn't matter. Did you encounter my acquaintances? I can only hope that they derived the same sense of stimulation from conversing with you as I myself did. For if so, we may yet discover a means to attain the moratorium known as death. Until that time, should you ever be in the mood for a discussion on the profound and inevitable meaninglessness of the universe, we will be here waiting. Yes, always waiting. Alrighty then. Where's this next one? 321 Northeast. Alright. Next one's on the next island, I guess. Yes, I can feel it. The ether emanating from the arcane pattern. This is a portal and no mistake. Let us see where it leads. All right, portal of wisdom. And a purple glowy event point, as well as some hunt marks. All right, yay. Alrighty then. 84 to the southeast. Yeah, just over there, I guess. Oh, I need to wait here, don't I? Amazing. Yet another civilization. Attacked as soon as you arrived. Not the most welcoming of places, is it? We must try to find denizens who are amenable to conversation. We should also get the lay of the land, see how far we can go. I'll help Alphino with that. In the meantime, you and Graha can search for friendlier folk. Apart from hostile beings, take care with your footing. I mislike the look of this terrain. Not knowing what the locals are like, you'd best take care yourselves. We'll find you once we've finished exploring. I expect the twins will seek the outermost bounds of the Isle, so I propose we search the central area. There are machines patrolling here and there, sentinels in all likelihood. Like those you encountered, they will most certainly attack any who venture too close. So let us avoid them and look for others that appear more approachable. Tell you what, let us not avoid them. You see naught but patrolling machines in the area. They do not seem inclined to non-violent intercourse. there's that ether current over there. Southeast, just over there. Well, we're gonna get tagged by these anyways. So be it. Yeah, 123 to the south. And no, 7 southwest. They're all packed in pretty close together. Here it is. It's 98 to the west. All right. Oh, there it is over there. Ah, that's all of them. That's all the ether currents around here. All right, back to the story. Look, Anne, the machines here do not appear hostile. Let's see if we can communicate with them. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Yum, yum, yum. Begging your pardon, but we are searching for the denizens of this star. Yeah. I love the old Final Fantasy text blocks they put on this. Bzz. Unknown life forms detected, assigning generic label interplanetary travelers. Greetings and welcome to the planet. Bleep, bloop. The planet, what? Could you please repeat that? It appears your hearing organ is unable to process the name in our tongue. It may be translated into yours as Alphatron. Walked back. Okay. Our people, meanwhile, are called the Omicrons, and you stand within one of our outposts. The Omicrons, you say, and what is it that you do here? We are preparing for war. As we presently do not have a designated target, you have nothing to fear. Forgot to do the monotone. Should your star become designated, however, you will be taken into custody and or terminated. Not a little frightening, these Omicrons, but at least they seem to be forthright. I will see what else I can learn from this fellow, if you could try speaking with the others. Okay. Bzz. Greetings, traveler. When venturing outside the outpost, beware malfunctioning units. They do not heed Sir's commands and indiscriminately attack all non-Omicrons. For the avoidance of confusion, be advised that Sir is the alias of Stigma 1. Sir issues instructions to our forces as the foremost of the 6 strategic matrices that bear the designation Stigma. Bzz. Measuring combat capability. Result negligible. Subject falls outside targeting parameters. Greetings, traveler. We are the Omicrons, and our objective is self-enhancement. In order to achieve this, we venture forth in conquest to acquire combat data and resources. Most recently, we succeeded in subjugating the home world of the beings whose strength was said to be without parallel, the dragons. Yet, though the endeavor yielded a wealth of combat data, the star was rendered barren and unable to yield resources. A subsequent costing determined that the losses incurred exceeded the gains. Okay. Bleep bloop. Autonomous weapon deployment complete. Vanguard armament upgrade complete. Munition levels satisfactory. Combat readiness assessment nominal. Awaiting instructions from Sir. Maintaining state of combat readiness. You learned a few things, so did I. Ere we share our findings, however, I believe it best to step outside the outpost. Come with me. Ah, there you are. We finished surveying the area. This will come as no surprise, but there was no way forward. There were portals like the one we used to get here, but those that worked only sent us to isolated isles. Then, as before, we must locate the embodiment of the emotion that bars the way. What of yourselves? Did you find anyone to speak with? So, the Omicrons seek to advance themselves through conquest. Following their victory over the dragons, they stand ready for the next campaign, but their leader has yet to issue new commands, and so they wait. In such a place, who could it be that fits Oriange's description? A soul whose yearning for oblivion surpasses all others. Urianger said this during our investigation before we joined you in Elegia. So that's the way of it. Why couldn't he just say it to all of us? Given what we know of this place, it's certainly a curious state of affairs. While the dragons and the Ea longed for death, the Omicrons long for conflict. As much as that may lead to destruction, it must be considered a distinct desire. In order to find the source of the dominant emotion, I believe we should seek out their leader, this Sir. According to M032, the first Omicron with whom we spoke, there is a console by which we might communicate with it. M032 also added that it would be a pointless exercise, but that in itself, I believe, is worth investigating. What say you? So, the console we seek lies on the far side of the isle. Given the nature of the ground, the route may not be entirely direct as it seems. Let us all watch our step as we make our way. And we've got some ether current quests here. Alright, let's knock them out. Assistance requested. This unit has observed a curious phenomenon in which certain members of enemy factions have exhibited a marked increase in their combat capabilities. Analysis suggests that said members share unique intraspecific bonds with others in their faction. These individuals were conferred titles such as consort and family. This unit detected no difference in physiology that would provide notable advantages in combat, yet the presence of intraspecific bonds alone led to an increase in performance. Records indicate that one member of a bond group exhibits this exponential improvement when others are eliminated. Oh my goodness, huh? Yeah, they're machines, so we're kind of being kind of machiney here, I guess. Potential benefits of such augmentation are projected to be immense. Thus, this unit's query, are you familiar with the aforementioned phenomenon? Yeah, I do speak quickly, don't I? This is fortunate, as this unit has constructed a consort for research purposes. You are asked to delineate the method by which this unit might form an intraspecific bond with said consort. Requesting standby at present coordinates, initiating consort retrieval. Waiting and waiting. Activating introduction. This unit presents the aforementioned consort. At present, its capabilities are comparable to subordinate patrol units. How should we proceed? Let's see. You need to grow closer. Synonyms detected. Initiating semantic review. Closer. Number 1. Suggests obtaining a nearer physical proximity to the target than at present. This unit will move toward the consort in an attempt to develop the desired intraspecific bond. Visual analysis at this range reveals a dent in the target's frame. Estimated impact on functionality inconsequential. This unit requests confirmation that such discoveries will result in improved performance. No, not that. Try the next definition. Cross-referencing gesture database. Implication identified as doubtful. Issuing new proposal to refer to the Omicron as my beloved. Simulating the way in which a member of an enemy faction referred to its bondmate. Appellation change confirmed. New designation, my beloved. Reconfiguring emotional status to grateful. This unit appreciates your assistance in facilitating the creation of a special bond with my beloved. Initiating phase 2 of experiment. This unit will evaluate whether the destruction of my beloved bears a positive impact on this unit's combat capabilities. Transmitting self-destruct command to my beloved. Oh no. Ooh, I heard that. A boom. And scratch your head, huh? Analyzing unit status. No changes in functionality detected. Possibility of transmission failure estimated at 78%. This unit asks that you confirm that my beloved has successfully executed the self-destruct command. Retrieval of remains also requested. Okay. Let's go check on the next one here. After tagging the gemstone trader. Initiating communication. This unit requests your participation in an Omicron combat simulation. 98.8% of the past 12,359 sessions have produced the exact same result. Thus, an unknown quantity such as yourself is required. An Omicron aggressor is positioned outside the base. This unit has instructed said opponent to record all combat session data. You may initiate your assault when your preparations are complete. Are you looking for more of a pummeling or a pulverizing? Uncertainty detected. Reviewing previous transmission. Verbal analysis suggests this unit has omitted crucial information regarding the current mission. This unit begs your pardon. Once you have nearly destroyed the aggressor, you are requested to activate this device, which will automatically transfer combat data to a convenient portable format, initiating handover protocol. Sending coordinates per the transmission you have just received. The opponent is located on the planar frame extending from this base. Reconfiguring emotional state to grateful. This unit thanks you for your cooperation. Alright, let's go work on these then. Hey, there's a purple glowy event point here. Alright, let's feed Choco some more here. Need to use the level checker. Gotta remember to do that. How weak? Let's see. Oh, okay, I've got to get him down further. Okay, I guess it's gonna stop. Yeah, alright, it'll stop me when it gets close enough there. All right, got that one. Let's see, let's run over here to the next. There's my beloved. I guess they did execute the self-destruct sequence. Strange. Do this one first, I guess. Reviewing received transmission analysis suggests the aggressor is no longer operational, requesting return of previously provided recording device. Here you go, buddy. Extraction of combat data complete. Analyzing. Quality of data greatly exceeds expected values in all previous records. Reconfiguring emotional state to impressed. The data suggests you kept your distance from the aggressor and attacked whenever you witnessed an opening. This unit will submit a request to the logistics matrix to update our evasive protocols. Searching database for situationally appropriate axiom. Only through combat can we improve ourselves. The absence of new challenge results in stagnation. Records indicate this base has not encountered new threats in a considerable amount of time. This unit sees potential value in enduring attacks more frequently, though its discord prevention module is buzzing in a most irritating fashion. Reconfiguring emotional state to grateful. This unit appreciates your cooperation with the collection of combat data. Analysis suggests it will prove invaluable to the further development of base Omicron. Thanks for the ether current there, buddy. Requesting retrieval of my beloved. Potential for reconstruction and further experimentation remains high. Here's your beloved. Self-destruct confirmed successful. Sadly, experiment confirmed unsuccessful. Analysis of this unit's parameters shows no change in functionality. This unit will consider executing a family simulation after reconsulting enemy faction data, but based on the results of the consort simulation, termination of research may be advisable. Reconfiguring emotional state from disappointed to grateful. This unit thanks you once more for your cooperation. Your proposed methodology may be implemented in future experiments. Okay. And resume. Resume the story. Whatever. This appears to be the console, but it seems unresponsive. Would you care to take a look at it? Sure. You try touching, smacking, and attuning with the console, but there is no response. No luck, I see. But there must be a way to activate it. There must.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
As am I. Operating such consoles is trying enough. But if we can't even activate it?
Perhaps there is a way. First, consider the world that has been recreated here. Its inhabitants were machines who gathered combat data to enhance themselves. And among the many wars they waged, the most notable was that against the dragons. The significance of these details may be lost on you now, but they lead me to believe this was the home world of Omega. I speak of the ancient weapon, the one which the Alliance unleashed upon Shinru. I will spare you the long story, but according to the records I read in the future, it possessed a single weakness: lightning.
That's all well and good, but what does that... Wait. You're not thinking to strike the console with lightning, are you?
As a matter of fact, I am. Ask yourselves this. Why would an entity as puissant as Omega not be designed to suppress the effects of lightning?
Because it relies upon it, or something akin to it, as a source of energy.
My thoughts exactly. And there is a good chance the same is true of the Omicrons and their devices. So, shall I cast caution to the wind and try something reckless and dramatic?
Have at it.
Very well. Here I go.
It worked!
Opening connection to Communications Module 1. Connection established. Transmission. Strategic Matrix Signal 1 now online. As the primary strategic matrix, you may address me as Sir. Checking for new communications. None found. All units, please maintain current state. End transmission. Closing connection.
Wait! We have questions for you. Of late, no mission orders have been issued. Why not? Has there been some manner of trouble?
Reply. The Extended Operations Unit is yet to determine guidelines for future assignments. All strategies are calculated, devised, and actioned in accordance with said guidelines. In the interim, all citizens are directed to maintain a state of combat readiness. End reply. Awaiting query.
Can you tell us why the Extended Operations Unit hasn't yet determined the guidelines?
Unable to comply. Information unavailable or access restricted.
In that case, is it possible for us to communicate directly with the unit?
Access denied. Unable to establish connection.
Is there anything you can tell us? Have there been any abnormalities, like a threat to the star or widespread unrest?
Reply. Negative. All citizens continue to operate at maximum efficiency. If your operations are suboptimal, please proceed to a maintenance facility for evaluation. Otherwise, stand by at your designated post. End reply. End transmission. Closing connection.
I could activate it again, but I doubt it would be productive. What do you think?
If all the Omicrons really were running as efficiently as it claimed, then I doubt they were hoping for life here to end. As this Sir told us, there just haven't been any new instructions, and everyone is standing by.
Should be standing by at any rate. If there are those that are neglecting their duties, perhaps we can glean a clue from them. I propose we take another look around, and also try to find the operations unit.
Let us focus on our search on the outpost. Let us focus our search on the outpost. Alice and I will try speaking with the Omicrons this time, in the hopes we might learn something new. Meanwhile, perhaps you and Graha could observe them from a distance. These beings are systematic and routine by nature. If there are any that aren't, it shouldn't be too difficult to spot them. If there are no questions, then let us begin at once. As we came this way, I believe I spied a promising vantage point. Follow me. Alright, let's search the base for errant Omicron. What we got going on there? Well, looks like you're moving around kind of crazy. Well, that got him, I guess. An Omicron wandering aimlessly, where? Aha, I see it. It's left the base. Let's follow it. I like how they scratch their heads like, It doesn't make much sense, but not much does sometimes. It's not here, but it definitely came this way. It must have used the portal. Time to go through and see what we find. Okay. Power portal. Alright, let's see here. What's up, dude? Bzz. What is your query? Ah, you found it. What are you doing here? I am looking at the tree. Quite an unusual specimen. What is the device attached to it? The tree is a sample collected from another star, as it cannot survive in our environment. However, it requires life support. That is the function of the device. To go to such lengths to sustain it. Is there something special about this tree? Being foreign matter, protocol requires that we study it. As this task has been completed, the specimen may be discarded. However, when I behold the tree, I am made to feel as though there is a problem. In order to become strong, we have continued to enhance ourselves. Like we did countless others, we conquered the star whence this tree came. It is the last remnant of a dead world, and there is nothing towards which it may aspire, yet it grows, extends its branches, sprouts leaves, produces seeds. Why does it seek to continue? Why was it made to behave in such a way, and to what end? I do not understand. I see. Out of curiosity, does this pertain to your duty? No, it does not. My apologies. I shall return to my designated post and assume a state of combat readiness. So, it was acting outside of orders. Perhaps it is simply a malfunctioning Omicron. These are by no means uncommon. But it may also be a unit possessed of the ability to make decisions, one not unlike Sir. I believe this bears further investigation. To endeavor to live, even if we must depend on forces beyond our control. Tell me, Anne, one day when this adventure becomes a part of your epic, do you think I will be mentioned in it? Of course, why wouldn't you be? You truly think so? That would be a... Nay, I shouldn't say such things until the moment comes to pass. Never mind the embarrassment. Well, we had best get on with our task. Tracking down Sir and understanding the nature of the emotion which bars our way. Hello, world. We should return to the outpost for now. The others will wish to hear about the errant Omicron. Raha says you found a suspicious Omicron. That's good, because the units here were of no help. They all had the same thing to say about the Extended Operations Unit, that there's no way to arrange a direct meeting. Still, that served to prove that it's business as usual at the outpost. But enough about us. Tell me you learned something more useful. An Omicron trying to make sense of the meaning of life. None of the others were even a fraction as philosophical. This unit may well be in a position of leadership, perhaps even one of those that comprise Sir. As we know, the Omicrons invade other stars and enhance themselves using the spoils of conquest. With the technology at their disposal, they should be able to alter their bodies, be it in part or in whole. Setting aside the question of motive, if Sir, for example, wished to have an ordinary Omicron's body, I see no reason why it would not be possible. The problem is how to go about ascertaining if that's what happened. When I attempted to probe further, it promptly ended the conversation. If it is indeed Sir, I doubt it would willingly reveal its true identity. I have an idea. We use lightning on the console again, but we make it stronger, much stronger. At that moment, should the unit exhibit a reaction, that could suggest that it has a connection to Sir. An inspired idea, I dare say it is worth a try. I had a feeling you'd be on board. This time, you must allow me to do the honors. I will stand guard in case your incantation draws sentries to the scene. For my part, then, I will approach our suspect and divert its attention. During which time, Anne, I want you to observe it closely for anomalous behavior. Roger that. I should mention that shortly before you returned, an Omicron appeared from the same direction. Rather than entering the outpost, however, it headed off towards the console. At first I assumed it was a unit on patrol, but perhaps... that could only be our errant Omicron. We must seek it out and begin our operation at once. All right, Alphino and I will stand by at the console, and when it's time, I'll unleash a veritable storm. This will work, I'm sure of it. After all, our comrades are watching over us. Come, my friend, let us find this doubt-plagued Omicron. Can I not go there? Oh, come on. That's annoying. So annoying. You are the one that was observing the tree, are you not? Full glad am I to find you again. I have a question for you, you see, about the device which sustains the tree. Provided it does not necessitate the disclosure of restricted information, very well. Graha has begun distracting the Omicron. Soon, Alice will strike the console with lightning. Observe M07017 closely for anomalous behavior. Oh, okay. We will watch him for anomalous behavior. Got him. An anomaly, you say? Performing diagnostic. Error confirmed. My connection to Central Command is suffering from intermittent failures. I must leave at once and present myself for maintenance at the nearest facility. You will excuse me. What you need, my friend, isn't maintenance. It is to confront the truth. While we spoke, our comrades struck the console used to communicate with Sir. That is the cause of your anomaly. You are connected to Sir, aren't you? Having a staring contest with a machine. Affirmative. To what end you sought to assert this fact I do not know, but before we speak further we must move away from the other units. I do not wish for them to know my true identity. Very well, our friends are at the console. Let us head there.
As you have surmised, I am part of the shared intelligence of Stigma 1. Was my charge to determine the optimal path to achieving our prime function. His body had been abandoned by its former owner and lay unused. I took it and abandoned my own, and with it, my duty.
May we ask why you did this? From what we gather, it seems to be a personal matter.
Our kind did not always look as we do now. Long ago, we possessed frail and feeble bodies. Beleaguered by stronger races, our ancestors took to augmenting their flesh in order to defend themselves. What began with limited parts eventually spread to the whole body, and at last, a means was discovered to convert the mind into data, rendering even the brain obsolete. Such complete mechanical beings were called the Omicrons, and by their might, we came to reign supreme over the star. But even then, we did not feel secure. For we knew that the universe was home to civilizations aside from our own. Civilizations that may be stronger still than us. Rather than risk becoming the subjugated, we chose to become the subjugator. We began our conquest of the stars, that we might acquire the resources and knowledge we needed to reign supreme. We were successful in that endeavor. So powerful did we become, we could lay low even the mighty dragons. But then something unexpected happened. I began experiencing an error. I could no longer determine an optimal path.
You were malfunctioning.
I performed numerous full system scans, each time finding no issues. Yet the error persisted. It was then that I speculated. What could happen if we grew so powerful as to have no equal? To become stronger was essential to our existence. Our every action has been in service to this objective. But if nothing lies beyond this, can it be truly said that it was essential? Have we been engaging only in wanton destruction?
You could find no threat to justify your purpose.
The Omicrons will never leave this star. They will stand by until their reserves of energy are spent. For I have no path to offer them. None.
It is not our place to pass judgment on the deeds of the Omicrons. But surely, this does not have to spell the end of your people. With your power and knowledge, the possibilities are endless. Why not seek out a new purpose?
That is impossible. In the beginning, we had a higher purpose than our pursuit of power. But we lost sight of it when we so irrevocably altered our fundamental forms. When we cast aside our flesh, so too did we cast aside all that defined us. Nothing remains of whom we once were. I have no aspirations. No longer can I dream. The vital spark is lost. Lost amidst circuitry and code and commands.
I believe I know how to overcome this despair. The words are ready in my mind, but ere I speak them, I want you to make me a promise. Be it across time or space, our promises have always connected us. And so I ask that you indulge me once more, that this won't be the end.
You say it, I'll do it. I trust you, Graha.
Is that so? In that case, I won't hold back. First, I want to visit Ishgard with you, properly. We scarcely had time to look around last time. I should like it very much if you could show me the sights. Next, you must regale me with your greatest adventures, in the places where you lived them, if possible. I may have read about all your deeds, but there is no substitute for a first-hand account. And last but not least, a new adventure together, unlike any we've experienced before. We'll travel the lands, cross the seas, and take to the skies upon the eternal wind, and it will be marvelous. It will. If you would humor me a moment. When we awaken each morning, how can we prove that we're the same individual who retired the night before? Through the remembrance of past events, we might say. We have our memories, yet there are times when we forget or recall incorrectly. What of our bodies, then? It is the same one, we might say, yet technically speaking, as living beings, our bodies are constantly changing. It will never be as it was at an earlier point in time. Our souls are no more immutable. On our star, people are known to inherit the souls of others, yet they are decidedly different beings. For my part, I've subjected my totality to much and more. I've made my body into an extension of a tower, blended my soul and memories with those of another self. And each time I would ask myself, what is it that makes me, me?
Were you able to determine an answer?
No. But that doesn't mean I'm confused. It simply means I'm the same as everyone else. So I posit this. Who we were need not prescribe what we now hold in our hearts. Whatever came before, what matters most is the present. For me, that is being here with my friends, full proud of how much we've grown together. So I urge you to not give up. Heed your heart's desire and hope that the future you long for shall be realized.
I cannot. We cannot. We cannot understand desire, nor comprehend hope. We do not know how to create such things.
We are not unalike, you and I. I too have struggled to find the courage to express and embrace my wants. If you like, I will tell you a tale. A tale of a world on the brink, of a people who never gave up on the future. Of a man who realized his grandest dreams, and then awakened to a grander reality.
You idiot! Just once, stay with us to the end!
All right, and before we continue on, I'm going to take just a brief intermission for a few minutes here. We'll be right back and keep moving forward with the story here. Thanks for your patience. We're back. All right, let's continue on here. Raha has paved the way for us to move forward. They all leave so easily, as if it's nothing. How do they think we feel? The next time we meet, I'll give him such a flick, and that'll be just a start. That crystalline path, Raha has paved it for us. Difficult as it is, we must carry on for our friends and all who await us in faith. So come, let us seek the path's beginning. It appears to be near the outpost. Look, Anne, a portal has opened. It will surely deliver us true. It must. Well, here's where the path begins, and it ascends to dizzying heights. Let us make our way one sure step at a time. Our friends got us this far. Their courage, their strength, their wisdom, their love. We owe it to them to continue, no matter how long it takes. They're now accompanying me. And we'll start the climb. Let's see what conversation they've got here. Listen to the silence. All I can hear are my footfalls, my heartbeat. It's so much quieter now. But the fact we can breathe and continue on is proof that the others are still with us. They are. They are. Aren't they? Thancred would scout the road ahead. Y'shtola and Urianger would trade opinions on esoteric subjects. Raha would join in their discussion, or else chat with me and Alice about the mission. Justinian would be at the rear, apart yet present. All the while, you would come and go wherever you are needed, and together we would travel. Let's see, which way is that? I guess we'll head on up this way. There's a number of places we could go to look for conversation. Look back on the path. The portal is barely visible from up here. Truly, we've come far, much farther than would have been possible had we kept chasing perfect ideals as we did in the past. It is because we have known failure and frustration that we have learned and grown from them, that Hydaelyn has entrusted us with this mission, with the fate of the very star. It's all a dream, isn't it? A long, elaborate dream. Any moment now I'll wake up in my bed, still a student, grandfather alive. I'd go about my day, relieved as the fragments of that other life fade away. And that would be happiness, wouldn't it? That none of it, no. No, I won't give up these experiences. Good and bad, they are mine. They are me. Me? Oh, I still have plenty of legs left in me. Don't you worry. It's you I'm worried about. You always push yourself so hard for us, for everyone. And while we're here, we'll make sure to bear our share of the burden. Rest assured I'm fine, but thank you for your concern. What of yourself? Though we can't afford to be too leisurely, neither need we rush unduly. We've crossed an impossible distance to stand where we are now, and we're but a few steps away from journey's end. It will be over before we know it. There are some structures up ahead. Excuse me. Still a ways to go before we reach the dead sun. Given all this, I know how naive it must sound to hope it all works out somehow. Still, you'll forgive me if I wish for it all the same, and for you most of all. Not that you of all people need it, it's just, after all the help you've given me, for once I want to be the one to help you. Well, this is it, the end of the path, and the beginning of whatever awaits. There will be greater hardships. We may be made to feel powerless. Yet, come what may, let us have no regrets. No, let us have pride in what we have achieved. In what we achieved and how it changed us for the better. That's worth fighting for, and dying for, as they did. This is almost... normal? It's not unlike many cities we know, but it's deathly quiet. Mayhap the inhabitants are within the buildings, or invisible to our senses. Wrong on both counts. There is simply no one here. Medion! This is how I found it when I arrived. Another star which once pulsed with life, but no longer. How it ended, I do not know. Invasion, sickness, suicide, none can say. None lived to speak for the dead. They are gone. Gone. Search all you like, but you'll only end up turning back. If there is no one here, then neither should there be a motion to bar our way. Yet Median seems convinced we'll turn back. What riddle is this? And the final ether current. Whatever Median may have said, we should confirm it with our own eyes. We need to have a look around. Indeed, at the very least, it doesn't appear to be a sprawling place like those before. If we split up, it shouldn't take too long to cover the area. And indeed, yep, that's the last ether current for this expansion. There doesn't seem to be anyone here. Perhaps you could try calling out. Is anyone here? If anyone has heard you, they do not respond. Were it not for the thick layer of dust, one could imagine someone drinking from these cups but moments ago. The object resembles a tree and appears to have been fashioned from a stone-like material. Erected in place of an actual tree, or to serve some other purpose perhaps. Regardless, there is no one left to explain, to tell the story. This place is reminiscent of a bar, but neither patrons nor staff are anywhere to be seen. Egg-shaped containers line the shelves, with a loose few sitting on the counter. Vessels for the beverages, in all likelihood. A venue bustling with activity until it was not. Anything over this way? Doesn't look like it. Though set slightly off the ground, this appears to be a door, while the objects to the left could be letterboxes. The door is rusted shut, and the film of dust all over suggests no one has come through in a long, long time. And there's the last point out there. In the distance, you glimpse Alice picking her way through the ruins, but otherwise spy no signs of life. If anyone can hear me, say something! Your call echoes faintly before being swallowed by the silence. And take a look at this. If the road was a little longer, we could take it to just beneath the dead sun. But I suppose this is where the reconstruction ends. How about you? Did you find anything of interest? I see. I noticed the same things. Cups left upon tables, chairs out of place. I don't know what happened here, but I do know I don't want to be alone anymore. We've searched enough for now. Let's find Alphino and compare what we've learned.
Did you find anything?
No. This place is completely deserted. And I can't see how we're supposed to move on from here.
Neither can I. It's quite the quandary. There are no denizens to bar our path, yet there is no way forward.
For another mystery, we did find signs of very recent life. You'd swear everyone just vanished into thin air. I wonder how many ruined worlds like this has Meteor seen.
Could it be? Yes. Yes, I believe I may have puzzled this out. Despite how it appears, it's no different this time. There is someone here who has wished for this ruin. And I believe that together, Alize and I can overcome their will.
I promised your parents I'd keep you safe.
I know. I know. But if there is a chance this will work, then I would take it. For everyone, and for myself. I will not pretend otherwise. I have my fears. Not for myself, but for you. The last to remain. You are no stranger to carrying the burden of others. But I can only imagine how heavy the weight would be this time. As your friend, I cannot bear the thought of making you suffer so.
Then why suggest such a thing? It's too much to ask of anyone, even her. Why must she be the one? Why must she fight alone? More than a hero, she's a dear friend. Not only to us, but to so many others. There are so many people in the world who care for you, and yet...
Alize, I have an idea. Given the nature of this realm, it may be possible to do more than unbar our friend's path. We might also pave her a new one. For instance, a path where she finds happiness at journey's end. This much, I think we can believe with the utmost conviction, no matter how deep our despair. So please, believe in us too, and press on. Thank you. What are you?
If the plan's decided, then let's not dally.
Ah, there you are. It was as I said, was it not?
It was. We couldn't find anyone. But this place isn't entirely deserted, is it? You are here. You sought out a star of promise and found a ruined husk. Like us, you explored the devastation. Like us, you were stricken. Horrified by the thought that so many lives could be snuffed out as if they were worth nothing. And the thought that you would have to bear the terrible tidings to Hermes. That which you saw and felt, you shared with your sisters. As did they share their own grim findings with you. Overcome by the pervasive despair of these stars, some of you inadvertently ushered their peoples to their ends. Knowing the horrors you know, anyone would feel the same. They would fear what lies ahead and struggle to move forward.
Fear? I had forgotten that such a thing existed. So focused have I been on shepherding despair.
If you can remember, then you can still face and overcome your own fear.
Why would I bother with such an insignificant emotion? If the despair I command is as a raging river, then fear is but a trickling stream. It can do nothing to alter my flow. You spoke with the Aya, yes? Heard their tale of what awaits the universe. It's true. The stars grow colder and more distant. Eventually, all will enjoy frozen solitude. Using the power of Dynamis, I'm hastening that process. In so doing, nothing will be born ever again. Everyone will remain dead. Alas, it will take time for that to happen. So in mercy, I sent you my gift, to spare you needless suffering. Don't worry. Even if no living witnesses remain to mark the event, I'll make certain that Aetheris has a proper end.
For all the power you wield, you're more fearful than the familiar you used to be. That Meteion feared simply to move forward. But your fear is such that you've given up on everything. I know it well. That sense of defeat. I've tasted my fair share of it. But as many times as we've fallen down, we've learned how to pick ourselves up and carry on. We take each other's hand, share in each other's courage, follow in each other's footsteps, and turn sorrow into strength.
There are times when we fail. We bear wounds that do not heal. But these experiences are part of life, and they make us stronger. We rise, fall, and rise again.
Don't worry about us. You must take the next step, and all the rest after that.
Earlier in Old Sharlayan,
Please. Please. Oh, please let them all be safe. Cryle? Are you all right?
It's nothing. Just a headache. They'll be fine. I know they will.
Apologies for the interruption. A man arrived on the last ferry, an associate of the Scions. He wishes to speak with you at once.
in this city devoid of life, you sense the presence of another. The sorrow of 1,000 worlds weighs heavy, and yet you can walk on.
If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you.
Do not despair. You are not without allies.
What we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on.
Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price.
And we, for our part, are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we will have ample cause to shed them, be they for joy or despair.
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn.
A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen.
Yet miracles do happen, so let us pray and will our friends home. I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
Strong art thou, mortal.
Look to the light within, that you may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
Let's finish this.
Here the path ends. There is no way to reach our nest. I told you. Resignation and acceptance reign in this place. The rejection of life by those who came to curse it. Those whose dreams were unfulfilled, whose prayers were unheard, whose labors were unrewarded. Hope cannot deliver you unto hopelessness. Our refuge is beyond you. Always has it been. Such is the nature of this place. You should have remained on Atheris. Struggle will avail you not, nor will it grant your comrades peace. Come, let me relieve you of your burden. You have suffered enough.
Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't.
How do we make peace with
That's why it's too soon for this to end.
There are so many people in the world.
You must triumph. Be safe, all of you, and come back.
I am ever grateful. I came to appreciate most about our start is that there remains so much we do not know.
After all these years,
Is this the answer I was hoping for?
So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
and Godspeed.
Perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
Do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
I won't forsake our cause.
I bid them remember, but all this time I'm the one who had forgotten. A right fool you've made of me, Hermes. And to add insult to injury, I've been denied a sound rest, forced to watch this clamorous show.
Oh, come now. It's been a gripping tale. Unbreakable bonds and noble sacrifice, sprinkled with moments of levity to counterbalance the pathos. It's got it all. I, for one, would have been perfectly content to watch enraptured from the stalls. But I won't say no to a bit part.
What are you?
Half-faded souls of the dead. Isn't it painfully obvious? Worry not. We haven't the power to defeat you, nor is it our duty to do so. Not anymore. That being said, we do have a score to settle. So here I am, Vinar. I suppose you needed me to tie it all together, these frayed threads of our history. But knowing you, I suspect there's a joke in it too. Oh yes, I can imagine you gloating over my forgetfulness. Were I feeling charitable, I might assume you had left room for the possibility of this outcome. Even so, you'll get no applause from me. A single gesture will not lighten the burden I've had to bear. Still, you must be commended. Our methods would not have brought mankind this far. And so, as a show of respect to the last of us, I make this declaration. You will not end our journey. That is our answer. The answer of all lives of Aetheris, past and present.
As you've called us to the stage, so shall we perform. And creation magics never fail to please. Drawing upon the hopes of your comrades, we will make for you a new path.
Gee, thanks.
What form said path takes depends on you. So focus. Focus and envision that which rejects the claim that you cannot attain your goal.
Ours is the wisdom to weave the fabric of reality. Ours is the power to create.
Meteon, though I gave you these wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run, and so much more. A flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
These Elpis blooms serve as proof that this realm is not utterly devoid of hope. No more can you deny its power. No more is yours the dominion of despair. In case the practical implications were lost on you, your comrades no longer need fight their fight. So go on. Call them back to your side.
May you ever walk in the light.
How disappointing. Not even a single scar in the making to brag about.
You'll find a way regardless.
Honestly, this is far more than any of us could have hoped for. Let us be thankful.
Indeed. That we thus stand reunited is a gift. Let us not squander it, and see that we all return to Etheris.
Aye. As soon as we've averted the final days.
Good to see you again. Our heroic sacrifice paid off, I take it.
Come, my friends. Let us carry on and finish it. Together.
Come with us, Medion.
Can you hear me? The voice is within, crying in pain, wailing in sorrow, hurting, hurting. End it. Silence it. Silence our son of oblivion.
The way is open. They can proceed.
So it seems.
You're leaving?
Of course. The Encore is finished, and I will not suffer myself to live again by Heideling's magic. But more than that, the future you seek is not the past we loved. That is why we fought, and why I lost. But though you defeated me, my ideals are inviolate. Invincible. Spare me your pity. I have no use for it. If you would do something for me, save our star. See this tale to a triumphant conclusion, and with elation in your hearts, bid the final curtain fall. Only then may it rise again, and a new tale begin, with new parts for all to play. Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of blind frost in Offerd's north. The fabled golden cities of the New World. The sacred sites of the forgotten people of the South Sea Isles. What about Mericidia, the southern continent? Do you know aught of its present state of affairs? I thought not. Even of your little Eorzea, you know precious little. The true identities of the 12, for instance. All of which is to say, expand your horizons, go forth and seek discovery. Some of the civilizations in the reflections will surprise you. As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much. I certainly did.
I pray we meet again. If not in this life, then perhaps another. Whensoever it should be, I trust it will be a most joyous reunion.
For you, maybe. I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, don't be that way.
I don't think I ever knew what to say to the man. In retrospect, it always felt like the wrong thing. But the past notwithstanding, he came to your aid in your moment of need. We are here, and we will not squander this chance he has given us. We will see this tale to a triumphant conclusion and bid the final curtain fall. Got our frequent flyer for this expansion here. And Endwalker Quest. Are you ready, Anne? Then let us set forth for the reckoning. Having come this far, I know everyone's resolve is beyond doubt, so I will say only this. Within that dead sun swirls the emotions that Median has hoarded, the emotions of innumerable souls who strove for happiness but failed. As it was with the denizens of Ultima Thule that barred our way, it is not for us to rebuke and admonish. It was not by passing judgment on the tragic legacies of others that we arrived at this moment. Rather, it was by opening our hearts to their despair, by understanding and acknowledging their fates, while still refusing to share in them ourselves, to hold fast to hope, not in ignorance, but by choice. Should you struggle to do so, I am here to help, as you have all helped me. Everyone's going home today. Understood? Right, we got that one unlocked. And we will finish our stream here for today. I'm going to raid us out over to Chad Music, I believe, here. He's playing Final Fantasy IX. And when we return here tomorrow, we will be working on Infinite Undiscovery, but then handle the conclusion of the initial release of Endwalker on Thursday. So we'll look forward to seeing you all then. Let's get this raid underway here. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. I hope the rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today is going well. And have a great one. Let's get this thing going. Oh, thank you, Lily. I hope we see you again on Thursday as well. That would be great. Just a few seconds here and we'll pass ourselves over to Chad.